How would you like to see all the movies that were done by Walt Disney Company, or visit the Disney parks and marvel at the wonderful things that they create? Today we will meet someone who knows a lot about Disney and has made it a significant part of his life. The Humanities Communications Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join your host, Daryl Hall, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us today on today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions that they have completed, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who has a passion for everything related to Walt Disney, the Walt Disney Company. Now, I would like you to meet our guest, James Bell.
How you do?
So, James, you know you're a huge admirer of Walt Disney's work. Please tell us about the most interesting things about Disney.
Well, to convey my passion for Disney, I planned on doing a little experiment by shooting a lot of things that had to do with Disney. Using a camera and a tripod, I was able to get enough shots and videos of some of the Disney treasures I collected over the years. Especially those that I brought back with me from Euro Disney, that's Disneyland in Paris, and Walt Disney World and Disneyland and the Walt Disney Studios. Looking at all of them, I was able to get good footage of the magic memories they brought back to me from ever since I was a little boy. Most of the things I filmed were my Mouseketeer ears, Davy Crockett's coonskin cap, Indiana Jones's hat, Mickey's sorcerer hat, the books on each shelf, the Disney Films book, all of the movies. My favorites among them were Mickey's debut in Steamboat Willie, The Sword and the Stone, Winnie the Pooh, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, Pocahontas, Dumbo, Bambi, Alice in Wonderland, The Jungle Book, Tarzan, Aladdin, Mulan, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Beauty and the Beast, Pinocchio, The Lion King, Mickey and the Beanstalk, Fantasia, starring Mickey Mouse, and Walt, the Man Behind the Myth, which is a documentary on Walt Disney's life. There we go.
All right.
Finally, my greatest treasure, a miniature of the partner statue of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. It can be found in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. I got this statue at the Walt Disney Studios.
Wow, James, that is a very impressive collection. I know some of those movies myself. But with other things, could you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
I've always loved the movies, and I have an interest in filming and acting. I've also done a lot of editing in my time. I took the course because I wanted to learn how to take my own movies and learn how to edit them. Anyway, I think this is one of the things that will lead me to working with Disney one day in the future.
That's great. So could you tell us some of the most interesting things that you have learned in this course also?
I learned how to operate the camera properly using shot sheets, storyboards, and camera angles. I think using Avid was pretty cool. I was able to edit every video I took on there. Special effects like the dissolve and adding music came useful to me whenever I was editing 1 or 2 films. I also learned how to key in titles and to use the teleprompter. The CG was tricky to come by, but I figured out how to handle everything on it. So therefore, I obtained a sense in the concept.
Great, James, great. Could you please tell us about the project created, being the Student Study Short, New England Fall Foliage, the Teacup Project, and the Orange Project?
Well, first off, I was only learning my way through on the Student Study Shorts. Let's have a look. Way too far. However, with the help of a camera and a tripod, I was able to get enough shots and videos of a fellow student walking around school and pacing his time. Next came the New England Fall Foliage. With a shot list in hand, I took a bunch of videos utilizing the environment all around me. I learned how to use the poor man's dissolve, shift focus, and continuous zoom-ins and outs. I think this came out much better than the student's short. Then there was the teacup operation. My mother was the model. For this, I created a diagram of the whole setting in the same room, and I used a lot of close-ups and clean entrances and exits, following the teacup, and it all mixed in well together. Finally, the orange story. To accomplish this film, I drew an evil face on the orange and called it the Evil Orange. The protagonist was myself and my shadow, wielding a gun and a sledgehammer. In the end, I destroyed the Evil Orange. All of this blended in to make a good story.
Wow, James, that's very impressive. Speaking of which, could you tell us about your best project?
My masterpiece was most likely the Orange Project. I added a lot of eerie music. Let's listen to it. To make it sound a little spooky and mysterious. The climax of me sneaking up on the Evil Orange was really epic. Here I am targeting my gun at it, then ready, aim, fire! The Evil Orange is vanquished. And listen to this. Victory is mine.
Well, James, you mentioned a variety of things that you have learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill that you had learned in this course throughout the semester?
Well, most likely all the editing skills that I have learned. I'd like to use my editing skills a little more on other videos I create. Also, if I ever get the chance to go back to any of the Disney parks. I would like to bring a camera along and film those journeys I take. And I would like to utilize the skills I've learned as I make my own films, and hopefully the Disney ones.
All right, James. Today, we got to meet someone who shared with us the magic of Disney and all of his treasures that he collected over the years. As a new film TV director, he hopes to harness the skills that he has developed here at NCC and intends to use them to make movies and on other experiences he has with Disney in the future. We would like to thank our guest for joining us, James.
So long. I'll be seeing you.
We hope you enjoyed meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Daryl Hall, directed by Raul Camino, and your guest, James Bell. I'm your announcer, Zoe Bernard. The New Directors is a Noah Community College student production.